Hi, I'm Patrick Reed from the Adamis Principle. Lots of news last week, big moves, and especially the weekend with Trump tweeting that he's going to increase or impose increased tariffs. Risk fell out of bed, and so did Aussie yen. This brought down Aussie dollar. Despite that, if that wasn't bad enough, Australia's CPI is looking pretty ropey. So the first slide here is, all kinds, the headline, excluding volatile items, the trim mean, the weighted median, all types of CPI, however you want to look at, are looking pretty ropey, all going south. There was an expectation that the RBA would be cutting rates. That hasn't happened. However, the recent statement today was interesting, quite tortured. So the second slide I want to show you is not only is the hard data looking pretty ropey, but the expectations, the market's view of CPI is looking pretty ropey as well. And here we have the five-year forward inflation swaps, just showing a further sharp fall in the markets. That's what the market sees. CPI basically in Australia. So the next slide after this. So this is interesting. Take a look at this. This is the daily, and we just very much feel that the Adamis Principle. This is spot is looking pretty heavy. There seems to be a bit of a dead cat bounce on the non-rate cut, but the Trump and Z meeting coming up is absolutely key. Equities are off their highs, fully correct. Well, not fully corrected, but they're certainly weaker. This is dragging down risk pairs. And if you look at the EM space, dollars higher. If you look at the yen space, all yen crosses are getting hit. And this is obviously key for the Australian dollar and key for Aussie yen, as I mentioned before. So all kind of risk pairs are getting hit, and this is kind of dragging down. The failure to cut today from the RBA has created a mini bounce, but it's a bounce of the dead cat variety. And so the next slide and the final slide is dollar index. This broke 97.70. We've been blogging about it on LinkedIn for quite some time. Upward pressure on the dollar index, which is essentially euro dollar and a bit of dollar yen, isn't going to support Aussie dollar. Obviously, it's going to be the opposite of that. And just to bear in mind, we have chopped around that 97.70, but we are kind of, if we close above it by the end of the week, this can only be bad for the Australian dollar. And in the sense of broad dollar strength. So that's it from me. My name's Patrick Reed from the Adamis Principle. Please, I hope you found these slides helpful, and watch that risk.